Hi friends. Let me take you on an exciting journey into the heart of Stoicism and introduce you to Stoic philosophy. 7 vital tips to end stress. Number 1. Detach from outcomes. Detaching from outcomes is a core principle in Stoic philosophy, and it's essential for managing stress. Often, we attach our happiness and self-worth to specific results, leading to anxiety and disappointment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, decisions, and mindset, and release the need for specific outcomes. This shift allows us to live with more freedom and peace. By letting go of the need to control results, we open ourselves up to new opportunities without the weight of fear. When we stop obsessing over outcomes, we free ourselves from the emotional roller coaster that comes with expectations. Stress builds when we worry about how things will turn out, but Stoicism teaches us that this worry is unnecessary. Instead, we should focus on putting in our best effort and trust the process. By concentrating on the present moment and our own behavior, we regain power over our emotional responses, leading to a calmer, more balanced life. One key to detachment is to practice acceptance. Life is full of uncertainties, and we can't predict the future. By accepting that some things are beyond our control, we reduce stress. Stoicism encourages us to embrace what is, rather than fight against what we wish would happen. This acceptance brings relief, helping us remain grounded even when things don't go our way. The more we accept, the more resilient we become in the face of life's challenges, leading to inner calm. Another powerful technique is to remind ourselves that our worth isn't tied to success or failure. In Stoic thought, it's not external achievements that define us, but how we handle life's ups and downs. When we detach from the need for approval or validation through outcomes, we become more centered. Our value comes from our character and integrity, not from the results we achieve. This mental shift helps us feel more confident and at ease, even when things don't turn out as planned. Detaching from outcomes also allows us to stay flexible. When we're overly attached to a certain result, we become rigid and resistant to change. Stoicism teaches us to be adaptable, accepting that life is unpredictable. This adaptability reduces stress because it enables us to handle setbacks with grace. Instead of feeling defeated when plans fall apart, we learn to pivot and find new solutions. This resilience is a powerful stress relief tool, helping us flow through life's challenges. To detach from outcomes, practice mindfulness and self-reflection. Regularly check in with yourself and assess your emotional state. Are you clinging too tightly to a specific goal? Are your stress levels rising because of unrealistic expectations? By staying aware of your mental state, you can catch yourself when you're slipping into outcome-focused thinking. Stoicism encourages deep self-awareness, reminding us to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting swept up in them. Ultimately, detaching from outcomes fosters a deeper sense of peace and joy. When we let go of the constant need for things to go our way, we experience more mental clarity and emotional freedom. Stress no longer controls us, and we can live with a lighter heart. By embracing the Stoic practice of focusing on effort and letting go of results, we tap into a more serene, centered way of living. This mindset shift helps us thrive in an ever-changing world, free from the burden of outcome-driven stress. Number 2. Accept imperfection. Accepting imperfection is a powerful way to reduce stress, and it's a core principle in Stoic philosophy. Many of us strive for perfection in our work, relationships, and even personal growth, leading to frustration when things don't go as planned. However, Stoicism reminds us that perfection is an illusion. By embracing imperfection, we free ourselves from unrealistic expectations and unnecessary pressure. This acceptance allows us to appreciate the journey rather than obsess over flawless outcomes, leading to a more peaceful and balanced life. One vital aspect of accepting imperfection is recognizing that mistakes are part of being human. Nobody is flawless, and errors are natural opportunities for learning. When we understand that failure is not a reflection of our worth but a stepping stone toward growth, we release the stress associated with trying to get everything right. In Stoicism, mistakes are seen as valuable teachers. Instead of fearing them, embrace them as part of your personal development and use them to grow stronger. Additionally, accepting imperfection helps us build healthier relationships. We often expect others to meet high standards, which can lead to disappointment and stress when they fall short. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept others as they are, flaws and all. By letting go of the need for people to be perfect, we foster more compassionate and understanding connections. This mindset shift allows us to focus on the positive qualities in others, rather than dwell on their imperfections, which greatly reduces conflict and emotional strain. Practicing self-compassion is another essential part of embracing imperfection. We are often our own harshest critics, setting unrealistic expectations for ourselves that create anxiety. Stoicism teaches us to be kind and patient with ourselves, understanding that growth takes time and setbacks are inevitable. When we learn to accept our imperfections without judgment, we cultivate inner peace. This self-compassion reduces the pressure we place on ourselves and helps us approach life's challenges with more resilience and calm. Furthermore, accepting imperfection allows us to be more present. When we're constantly chasing perfection, we become fixated on the future, worrying about outcomes and what we should have done better. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on the present moment. By letting go of the need for perfection, we can fully engage with the here and now, savoring experiences without the stress of comparison or judgment. This mindfulness reduces anxiety and helps us appreciate life as it unfolds, imperfections and all. Another benefit of accepting imperfection is increased creativity and freedom. When we let go of the pressure to be perfect, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and creative solutions. Stoic philosophy encourages us to view obstacles as opportunities for growth. By accepting that things won't always go smoothly, we free ourselves to experiment, take risks, and explore new paths without the fear of failure holding us back. This mindset not only reduces stress but also enhances our personal and professional growth. Ultimately, embracing imperfection leads to a more joyful, stress-free life. When we stop striving for impossible standards and accept the world as it is, we cultivate a sense of peace and contentment. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness comes from within, not from achieving perfection. By learning to accept both our own imperfections and those of others, we create a life that is rich in growth, understanding, and resilience. This acceptance is a vital step toward reducing stress and living a more fulfilling life. Number 3, reframe your perspective. One of the most powerful ways to reduce stress is to reframe your perspective, a core principle in Stoic philosophy. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, Stoicism encourages us to view them as opportunities for growth. By shifting our mindset, we take control of how we perceive and respond to difficulties. Stress often comes from how we interpret situations, not from the situations themselves. Reframing allows us to find positive meaning in adversity and approach life with a sense of purpose and calm. When we face stressful situations, it's easy to fall into a negative mindset. However, Stoics remind us that we have the power to choose our thoughts. By reframing challenges as temporary or learning experiences, we immediately reduce their emotional weight. For example, rather than seeing a setback at work as a failure, view it as a chance to improve your skills. This mental shift transforms stress into motivation, helping you stay grounded and focused on solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Another important aspect of reframing is focusing on what you can control. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of recognizing the difference between what is within our control and what isn't. Worrying about things outside our control, such as others' opinions or random events, only increases stress. By shifting our attention to what we can influence, like our actions and attitudes, we regain a sense of empowerment. This reframing creates a mental clarity that reduces anxiety and keeps us centered in difficult times. Reframing also helps us manage expectations. Often, stress arises from unmet expectations about how things should be. Stoicism teaches us to accept life as it is, rather than how we wish it to be. By adjusting our expectations and embracing reality, we minimize the disappointment and frustration that fuel stress. When we let go of rigid ideals and learn to adapt, we become more flexible and resilient. This mental agility allows us to handle unexpected changes with grace and composure. A key Stoic practice in reframing is the concept of amor fati, or loving one's fate. This means embracing everything that happens to us, good or bad, as part of our journey. Instead of resisting challenges, we welcome them as opportunities to strengthen our character. This shift in perspective fosters acceptance and reduces the stress that comes from fighting against circumstances we cannot change. By learning to love our fate, we develop a mindset that finds peace and purpose in all experiences. Reframing our perspective also enhances gratitude. When we focus on what's going wrong, stress naturally follows. However, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate gratitude for the things we do have. By regularly shifting our focus to the positives in life, even during hard times, we can counterbalance stress with appreciation. This practice trains our mind to notice the good in every situation, creating a habit of positivity that reduces anxiety and promotes emotional well-being. Ultimately, reframing your perspective leads to inner peace. When we learn to see challenges through a Stoic lens, we stop feeling overwhelmed by life's difficulties and start feeling empowered to face them. Reframing is not about ignoring problems, but about choosing a more constructive way to view them. This shift in mindset not only reduces stress but also builds emotional strength and resilience. It's a simple yet powerful tool to navigate life's ups and downs with greater calm and confidence. Number 4. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is a powerful way to reduce stress, as it protects your mental and emotional well-being. In Stoic philosophy, boundaries help us focus on what we can control and prevent us from being overwhelmed by external demands. By setting clear limits, we prioritize our energy and time, ensuring that we are not constantly overburdened. Boundaries aren't about cutting people off, they're about establishing healthy limits that enable us to engage with life in a more focused and balanced manner. One of the most vital aspects of setting boundaries is learning to say no when necessary. Stoicism teaches that we should guard our time and attention, focusing on what truly matters. Saying no is not a sign of weakness or selfishness, it's an act of self-preservation. By doing so, we avoid overcommitting and reduce the stress that comes from trying to meet everyone's expectations. Protecting your time and energy leads to better focus, productivity, and a more relaxed mind. Boundaries also help us manage relationships more effectively. It's essential to create emotional boundaries with people who may drain our energy or push us into negative spaces. Stoic philosophy encourages us to remain calm and detached from the opinions and actions of others. By maintaining emotional distance, we ensure that we're not easily swayed or hurt by external influences. This mental boundary helps reduce unnecessary emotional stress and allows us to respond with logic and calm, rather than frustration or anger. Another key boundary is separating work from personal life. In today's world, work often follows us everywhere, creating constant stress. A Stoic approach would be to compartmentalize tasks and practice mindfulness during each activity. By clearly defining work hours and personal time, you prevent burnout and allow for true rest. When you maintain this boundary, you improve both your work performance and your personal well-being, creating a healthy balance that fosters a stress-free lifestyle. Additionally, internal boundaries are essential. Stoicism teaches us to control our inner reactions to external events. This means setting limits on our own thoughts, resisting negative self-talk, and focusing on what we can change. By setting boundaries in our minds, we limit harmful thought patterns that lead to stress and anxiety. Controlling our inner world is a fundamental Stoic practice that allows us to remain calm and composed, even in chaotic situations. Communication plays a huge role in boundary setting. When we communicate our limits clearly and confidently, we reduce the chances of misunderstandings and frustrations. Whether it's at work, in relationships, or even with ourselves, clear communication helps others respect our boundaries. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-respect and honesty in communication, allowing us to establish boundaries in a calm, direct way that prevents conflict and stress. In the end, setting boundaries is about maintaining balance and protecting your peace. When we clearly define what we can control and where our limits are, we prevent the overwhelm that leads to stress. Stoic philosophy teaches that by knowing our own values, we can create boundaries that reflect our priorities and maintain a sense of order in life. Boundaries, when set with intention and respect, allow us to lead a life filled with peace, purpose, and reduced stress. Number 5. Journaling. Journaling is a powerful tool for managing stress, and its roots can be found in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoics, kept a personal journal to reflect on his thoughts, actions, and challenges. By writing down his daily reflections, he gained clarity and control over his emotions. Today, journaling serves as a way to process feelings, reduce anxiety, and gain perspective. Writing down our thoughts allows us to identify patterns, release negative emotions, and shift our focus to solutions. One of the key benefits of journaling is that it helps us detach from overwhelming thoughts. When we put our worries on paper, they no longer swirl uncontrollably in our minds. Instead, they become manageable, as if we've taken a step back to observe them more objectively. This practice aligns with the Stoic idea of controlling our reactions to external events. Journaling helps us distance ourselves from stressors and view them with a clear, rational mindset, reducing the emotional charge they carry. Journaling also encourages self-awareness, a critical component of Stoicism. When we regularly write about our thoughts and feelings, we become more aware of our emotional triggers and reactions. This self-awareness allows us to act more thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. By understanding our inner world, we can apply Stoic principles, such as focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot, to manage stress more effectively and cultivate inner peace. A structured journaling practice can provide a sense of routine and stability, which helps combat stress. In times of chaos, journaling offers a space for reflection and order. Taking a few minutes each day to write down thoughts or challenges provides consistency and control in an otherwise unpredictable world. This habit allows us to create a mental pause, where we can reflect on our actions, improve, and ultimately reduce the stress that comes from feeling unprepared or overwhelmed by life's events. Gratitude journaling is another Stoic-inspired technique that combats stress. Writing down what you're grateful for helps shift your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant. This practice cultivates a mindset of appreciation and contentment, counteracting feelings of stress caused by comparisons or dissatisfaction. By regularly journaling about the positive aspects of your life, you not only reduce stress but also develop a deeper sense of happiness and fulfillment. Moreover, journaling serves as a tool for problem solving. When faced with stress or difficult situations, writing down your concerns helps to clarify your thoughts and identify possible solutions. The act of journaling transforms complex problems into tangible challenges that can be addressed logically, which echoes the Stoic approach of focusing on what can be managed. This clarity reduces the sense of helplessness that often accompanies stress, empowering you to take meaningful action. In conclusion, journaling is a simple yet profound practice that aligns with Stoic principles and offers immense benefits for stress reduction. By using journaling to detach from overwhelming emotions, cultivate self-awareness, express gratitude, and clarify problems, we gain control over our inner world. Journaling creates a space for reflection and growth, allowing us to navigate stress with greater calm and resilience. Incorporating this daily practice can lead to a more balanced, peaceful, and fulfilling life. Number 6. Let go of rumination. Letting go of rumination is a key principle in reducing stress, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Rumination, the act of repeatedly thinking about past events or worries, can trap us in a cycle of stress and anxiety. According to the Stoics, we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. By constantly revisiting past mistakes or negative experiences, we waste mental energy on things that cannot be changed, making it essential to shift our mindset and focus on the present. Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that external events are beyond our control, but how we respond to them is entirely up to us. When we ruminate, we allow past events to control our present emotions. This not only heightens stress, but also distracts us from living fully in the moment. To break free from rumination, practice redirecting your thoughts toward productive actions or solutions instead of replaying negative scenarios that serve no constructive purpose. One powerful technique to stop rumination is to practice mindfulness, a concept that resonates with Stoicism. Mindfulness encourages us to be aware of our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. When we notice ourselves ruminating, we can gently bring our attention back to the present. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasized living in the now, reminding us that the present moment is the only time we truly have control over. By staying present, we can reduce the mental noise that fuels stress and worry. Journaling can also help in managing rumination. Writing down our thoughts provides clarity, helping us to see patterns in our thinking. When we put our concerns on paper, they often lose their emotional charge. This aligns with the Stoic practice of self-reflection, which encourages us to examine our thoughts from a rational perspective. By journaling about our worries, we can assess whether they are worth our time and attention, freeing our minds from the grip of repetitive, unhelpful thinking. Another practical Stoic approach is to accept uncertainty. Many times we ruminate because we want to predict or control the outcome of uncertain events. However, the Stoics taught that uncertainty is a natural part of life and should be embraced. Instead of stressing over what might happen, focus on what you can control in the present. This acceptance of uncertainty helps reduce the anxiety that drives rumination, empowering you to live with greater calm and confidence. Physical activity is another effective way to let go of rumination. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of caring for both the mind and body. Engaging in exercise, whether it's a simple walk or a more intense workout, can help break the cycle of negative thinking. Physical activity boosts mood and energy, providing a healthy distraction from rumination. By moving your body, you shift your focus away from persistent worries and back into the present, helping to reduce stress. In conclusion, letting go of rumination is a vital tip for ending stress and is central to Stoic philosophy. By focusing on what we can control, practicing mindfulness, journaling, accepting uncertainty, and staying physically active, we can break free from the mental patterns that fuel anxiety. These Stoic-inspired strategies provide practical tools to quiet the mind, reduce stress, and live a more peaceful, present-focused life. With consistent practice, these methods help build resilience, allowing us to handle life's challenges with greater composure. Number 7. Focus on small wins. Focusing on small wins is a powerful way to reduce stress, rooted in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed in taking action in the present moment, without being overwhelmed by the enormity of long-term goals. When we concentrate on achieving small, manageable tasks, we build momentum and create a sense of accomplishment. These small victories help reduce feelings of stress and anxiety by breaking down overwhelming challenges into achievable steps. By focusing on what's immediately in front of us, we regain control and reduce mental pressure. Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, emphasize the importance of focusing on the process, not the outcome. By doing so, you shift your attention to the actions within your control instead of worrying about distant results. Achieving small wins along the way strengthens your sense of purpose and builds confidence. This focus also aligns with the Stoic idea of living in accordance with nature, where progress happens incrementally. Celebrating small achievements helps cultivate resilience and reduces the burden of feeling like everything must be perfect. Another benefit of focusing on small wins is that it fosters a growth mindset. When we prioritize incremental progress, we start to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than stress-inducing obstacles. This Stoic approach helps us detach from perfectionism, which can paralyze us and lead to unnecessary stress. By recognizing that progress, not perfection, is the goal, we allow ourselves room for improvement and development, reducing the internal pressure we place on ourselves. In addition, small wins create positive reinforcement. Each minor achievement builds motivation to continue, leading to larger successes over time. The Stoics knew that change doesn't happen overnight, and steady progress was far more valuable than quick, unsustainable success. Focusing on small wins teaches us patience and self-compassion, both of which are essential for managing stress. When we see that each step, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture, we can better appreciate our journey without getting overwhelmed. One of the most effective ways to embrace small wins is through daily reflection, a practice rooted in Stoicism. Reflect on your day, noting what you accomplished, no matter how minor it may seem. This habit, encouraged by philosophers like Seneca, helps shift your mindset from focusing on what's left undone to recognizing what's already achieved. By celebrating these small wins, you can approach each new day with renewed motivation and less stress, knowing that every effort moves you closer to your goals. Moreover, focusing on small wins can enhance mindfulness. The Stoics valued mindfulness as a way to stay present and avoid unnecessary stress about the future. By concentrating on immediate tasks, you stay grounded in the present moment, preventing your mind from drifting toward worries or anxieties about what's to come. This practice not only boosts productivity but also keeps stress at bay by allowing you to enjoy the process of achievement instead of fixating on distant results. In conclusion, focusing on small wins is a vital tip for ending stress and aligns with the core principles of Stoic philosophy. By breaking down challenges, living in the present, and celebrating minor victories, you reduce stress and build momentum toward larger goals. Small wins help create a positive cycle of growth, resilience, and mindfulness, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with a clearer, calmer mindset. Adopting this Stoic approach will lead to greater peace of mind and sustained progress over time. I hope these Stoic teachings are useful and effective for you. My goal is to make your life better and more enjoyable. I will accompany you in this interesting and meaningful magazine.